I was $97,000 in debt with less than $200 in my bank account when I discovered this one habit by accident. 5 years later, I had my first $1 million. What if I told you that the difference between financial struggle and financial freedom isn't about having some brilliant business idea or winning the lottery? What if the key was something so simple that anyone could do it starting today without spending a single dollar? Most people searching for wealth are looking in all the wrong places. They're chasing complex investment strategies or the latest get-rich-quick schemes, while overlooking the one daily habit that virtually every self-made millionaire practices without fail. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to share completely transformed my financial reality, and it might just transform yours too. Before I reveal this habit, let me ask you, have you ever wondered why some people seem to consistently grow their wealth while others stay stuck in the same financial position year after year? Drop a comment below with what you think separates these two groups of people. I'm curious to see your thoughts. Now, I want to be clear about something. I'm not promising that this habit will make you a millionaire overnight. Anyone who tells you that is selling you a fantasy. What I am saying is that this one habit, when practiced consistently, creates a foundation that makes building wealth not just possible, but almost inevitable. And here's what's interesting. I've studied the habits of over 50 self-made millionaires, and every single one of them practiced some version of this habit. Yet surprisingly, only about 5% of the general population does it consistently. Now, you might be thinking this habit has something to do with investing or saving or starting a business. And those are all important pieces of the wealth puzzle. But this habit actually comes before all of those things. It's the hidden foundation that makes everything else possible. In fact, this habit is so fundamental that without it, all the investing knowledge, business strategies, and money-saving tips in the world won't make much difference to your financial situation. What could be so powerful yet so simple? I'll give you a hint. It doesn't require any special skills, education, or connections. It's something anyone can start doing today, regardless of their current financial situation. Have you figured it out yet? If you think you know what I'm talking about, put your guess in the comment section. Let's see who's on the right track. The one habit that completely transformed my financial life is daily intentional financial planning, what I call the 15-minute money method. Every single day, without exception, I spend just 15 minutes focused on my financial goals and actions. Not once a month, not when bills are due, every single day. Now, before you click away thinking that's it, let me explain why this simple habit is so extraordinarily powerful and why it's different from what most people think of as budgeting or financial planning. Most people's relationship with their money is reactive. They wait until bills pile up, or until they get paid, or until there's a financial emergency to think about their money. This creates a relationship with money based on stress, avoidance, and often poor decisions made under pressure. Daily financial planning completely transforms this relationship. It moves you from reactive to proactive, from avoidant to engaged, from stressed to in control. And here's what's fascinating. Psychological research shows that we make dramatically better financial decisions when we're making them intentionally rather than reactively. One study found that people who reviewed their finances daily made decisions that were 31% more aligned with their long-term goals than those who only checked monthly. So what exactly does the 15-minute money method look like in practice? Let me break it down for you step by step. First, I set a specific time each day for my 15 minutes. For me, it's 7:45 a.m., right after my morning coffee and before I start my workday. The specific time doesn't matter. What matters is consistency. Could you carve out 15 minutes each day for your financial future? Let me know in the comments when your ideal time would be. During these 15 minutes, I focus on 5 key areas. 1. I review yesterday's spending. 2 minutes. I quickly look at what I spent the previous day and categorize it. This creates instant awareness and accountability. If I'm off track, I know immediately, not weeks later when the damage is already done. I check my progress toward financial goals. 3 minutes. I have visual trackers for each of my financial goals, whether it's saving for something specific, paying down debt, or growing investments. This daily reminder keeps my goals front and center. I make one improvement. 5 minutes. This is crucial. Every single day, I take at least one action to improve my financial situation. It might be researching a lower insurance rate, canceling an unused subscription, finding a better interest rate, or learning about a new investment opportunity. These small daily actions compound dramatically over time. I plan today's spending 3 minutes. I decide in advance what I'm going to spend today, if anything. This eliminates impulsive purchases and aligns my daily spending with my larger goals. I practice gratitude. 2 minutes. I write down something I'm grateful for financially. Even in my broke days, I could find something. Maybe it was just having enough for a meal that day. This shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, which is essential for building wealth. Now, here's what makes this 15-minute money method so different from typical budgeting. It's about daily engagement with your financial reality, not just monthly planning or bill paying. It's about making your financial goals part of your daily life, not something you think about occasionally. Does this sound like something you could commit to for the next 30 days? If yes, hit the like button right now as your pledge to try this method. The power of this habit goes far beyond just organizing your finances. It completely rewires your psychology around money. When I was deep in debt, I avoided thinking about money because it caused me anxiety. My bank notifications were turned off. Bills were opened at the last possible moment. This avoidance made everything worse, creating a downward spiral that's all too common. The 15-minute money method breaks this pattern through what psychologists call exposure therapy. By facing your financial reality daily in small, manageable doses, the anxiety gradually disappears. Money becomes just another tool you manage, not an emotional trigger. But even more powerful is what happens to your identity. When you practice this habit daily, you start to see yourself differently. You're no longer someone who's bad with money or always broke. You become someone who is financially aware, intentional, and in control. And here's where the real magic happens. As your identity shifts, your behavior automatically follows. Research shows that people make decisions based primarily on their self-image. Once you see yourself as someone who is good with money, your financial decisions naturally align with that identity. Let me ask you this. How do you currently see yourself when it comes to money? Are you a saver or a spender? Are you financially savvy or financially challenged? Share your honest answer in the comments. No judgment here, just awareness. When I first started this habit, I was avoiding calls from debt collectors. My credit score was in the low 500s. I was working 2 jobs just to make minimum payments on my credit cards. Financial stress was keeping me up at night and affecting my health. The first week of my 15-minute money method was honestly depressing. I had to face just how bad things had gotten. But by the second week, something started to shift. I felt a tiny bit of control returning. I found a few unnecessary subscriptions to cancel, saving me $37 monthly. By the end of the first month, I had a clear picture of my spending patterns for the first time ever. I discovered I was spending over $300 monthly on convenience foods simply because I wasn't planning my meals. One small change, meal prepping on Sundays, immediately freed up cash I could put toward my smallest debt. 6 months in, I had paid off 2 of my smaller credit cards and negotiated lower interest rates on the others. My daily habit of looking for one improvement had led to dozens of optimizations in my financial life. After a year, I was completely debt-free except for my student loans. The confidence this gave me allowed me to start a small side business, which eventually grew to replace my day job income. By year 3, I had 6 months of expenses saved and was beginning to invest systematically. The consistent daily focus meant I was constantly learning, optimizing, and improving my financial decisions. 5 years later, between my business growth, systematic investing, and the complete elimination of financial waste in my life, I hit my first million in net worth. Are you curious about what this journey might look like for you? What's your current biggest financial challenge that this method could help with? Let me know in the comments. Now, I know what some of you are thinking because I've heard all the objections before. I don't have 15 minutes every day. Really? The average American spends 144 minutes daily on social media. Can you reallocate just 10% of that time to transform your financial future? I'm not good with numbers. This isn't about complex calculations. It's about awareness and intentional decisions. If you can tell whether you have enough money to buy something, You have all the math skills you need. My finances are too messed up to fix. This was exactly my situation. Starting small is the key. Just focus on today's spending and one improvement. That's it. I already budget monthly. Monthly budgeting is like checking your map once a month on a cross-country road trip. Daily engagement keeps you from veering off course in T. Remember, wealth isn't built through grand, dramatic gestures. It's built through small, consistent actions taken day after day after day. The one habit that made me a millionaire wasn't flashy or complex. It wasn't about finding some secret investment or business opportunity that no one else knows about. It was simply the decision to engage with my financial reality every single day, to make it a non-negotiable part of my daily routine, just like brushing my teeth or having my morning coffee. Financial freedom isn't about having unlimited money to spend however you want. It's about having control over your financial life, making intentional choices rather than reactive ones, and building wealth consistently over time. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button right now. It really helps the YouTube algorithm show this message to others who might benefit. And if you're serious about transforming your financial future, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. I'll be sharing specific strategies and techniques that build on this foundation in my upcoming videos. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway from this video, or any questions you have about implementing the 15-minute money method in your own life. Remember, financial freedom isn't a destination you reach someday in the distant future. It's a daily practice, and it starts with just 15 minutes today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.